Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this post-game press conference of the first round in the 2023 NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Championships hosted at Simon Skjodt Assembly Hall. Reminder, 2 minutes remain in Indiana's open locker room portion. Now on the dais from Indiana, we're joined by head coach Terry Moren, graduate student Grace Berger, and freshman Lilly Meister. Coach, if you would make an opening statement, and then we'll move to questions for the student athletes.
Thank you. First of all, just want to, give a shout out to our crowd today. Again, another tremendous, just showing from Hoosier Nation. That's what a women's basketball game should look like. And, our fans continue to show up for us in a big way. So we're grateful that they were here this afternoon. Very good win against a very good team in Tennessee Tech. Kim has done a tremendous job with her program, with her team. We obviously went into this game with a tremendous amount of respect for them after watching them the other night. Not on film, but got to watch them, up close, and was caught by their ability to knock down threes, something we were concerned about. And I thought our kids, it took us a good quarter to sort of get our legs underneath us, which I anticipated just because of the long. We've had about 11, 12 days off. So, it took us a little bit to get going there, but I thought, there was a media timeout where Grace Berger and Chloe really challenged their teammates to do a much better job in protecting the three-point line. And, I thought once we got going defensively, really things started to open up for us offensively. And so on an afternoon where we didn't have Mackenzie Holmes, I thought Lilly came in and did a great job for us, just as AG came in and did a great job for us. So it was great to, see everybody contribute in some way. I will say this, and then I'll be quiet. But I thought Grace Berger came out with just a different level of urgency today, and we needed her to do that. We needed her to do that the remainder of the tournament. She's our leader, and as Grace goes, we go. But I thought there was a determination. I thought there was a moxie that she had this afternoon from the beginning, which was great to see, and we're going to need for her to continue to approach every game like that.
Great. Thanks, Coach. We will have questions for the student athletes. Please raise your hand in the room, and reminder to state your name and affiliation.
Daniel Keene with CNHI Sports Indiana. Lilly, your first career start in March, a really daunting task. Can you walk me through the moment when you found out you were starting today?
I don't think it was till we were really going through the our scouting report that I knew. We'd been hinting at it the past couple weeks, but it was never set in place. But because of that, I was kind of prepared in the back of my mind. So it was, just another game, I guess.
Lou Friedman from the Seymour Tribune. Actually, I was about to ask almost the same question as he had. So if you can go into a little more thoughts about your emotions and how you thought you played when you had the chance, that would be great.
Yeah. Well, the whole season, my role has been different every game. It's never been the same. And this afternoon was just another example of that. And it's a little nerve-wracking, but this is the best atmosphere ever. I mean, it's March Madness, packed Assembly Hall. That's crazy. And yeah, so it was a little nerve-wracking, but once the tip went off, it was just another game. We kind of forgot about all of it.
Matt Seabury, Indiana Daily student. Yeah, Grace, obviously you don't want to see a teammate go down ever, or not be able to play, I should say. But with Mackenzie out, how did that, I guess, kind of open up space and change the way you were able to work on the offensive end of the floor?
I wouldn't say it changes it. I think, when Mackenzie's on the court, I probably benefit from her, and, might even all of us get easier looks because obviously, the team's main focus is Mackenzie. So I think, and Mackenzie's really good about, I think, setting me screens and getting me open and making my life easier as the point guard. So I think, we missed Mackenzie, but obviously we had two really, really good post players that stepped up in her absence, and I think filled Mackenzie's role really nicely.
Yes, Dave Reinhardt, WCBK Radio. Back to Lilly, please. Getting your start today. Tennessee Tech with the three-pointer. You tied it with a field goal and a free throw, and then a couple more free throws there in that second quarter when you guys started that run of yours. And just the confidence that your teammates put on your shoulders and how you felt on that little run that you had.
I mean, they always build my confidence. I mean, it was a great pass from Berger here, so they do most of the work. But yeah, they're always congratulating me, and the run was amazing. I mean, like I said before, Assembly Hall is packed, so you can't hear anything when we're on a run. I just think it was just really cool. It's a really cool experience.
Haley Jordan, Sports Illustrated Indiana. Grace, when the first quarter was tied, you and Chloe went over and talked to your team. What was that conversation that you had with them to get them fired up?
I think Coach Moren said it, just mainly the defensive end. We knew that, they were hot from three coming into the game, and that they were plenty capable of doing it, and that was a strength of theirs. And we came out and I thought gave them a couple easy looks from three. So I think that was disappointing for all of us, that we didn't come out ready in that sense. But I think, after that first quarter, we fixed it and made things harder for them, and didn't give them, what they wanted.
Pete DePremio, IU Athletics. This is for you, Grace. Coach talked about the sense of urgency that you displayed, especially with Mackenzie. Can you talk about that? And did you feel that sense of urgency and really want to make a difference?
Yeah, I mean, it's the NCAA tournament, so it's win or go home. So, there's really no reason for any of us not to have a sense of urgency in every game moving forward. We're on the biggest stage. That's where we belong. That's where we want to be. So, there's no reason not to be excited for every possession, every practice leading into it, because it's go time now.
Grace, Lou Friedman from Seymour. Terry actually used the word moxie, which nobody uses anymore. It's been years, I think, since I've read that anywhere. But that not just the sense of urgency, but the stage itself. You guys have spent this whole season kind of pointing to be here, and now that you're here, you've got to win. What do you have to do? Do you have to get rid of those first quarters against some of these teams coming up and stay at that high level that you kind of reached with the defense? I think you had a 17-0 run in the second quarter.
Yeah. I mean, strong starts is something we always want to get off to, obviously, but I think, if you watch the other games across the country, the first few minutes of any NCAA tournament game, there's some nerves out there. For everyone, whether you've been here before or not. So I don't think that was entirely, unexpected. But moving forward, I think, the first 5 minutes, we always want the other team to call the first time out. And we really pride ourselves on that. So I think, just keep giving that message to the team. And like I said, just pride ourselves on that.
Next, we'll go to Zoom. Michael Vopel, go ahead.
Yeah, this is for Grace, please. Grace, I think even without Mackenzie in today, you guys shot over 70% from the field from two-point range. Can you sort of address just how good the guard play was, even your players who came off the bench, and how important that was for them?
Yeah, I mean, for, as great as Mackenzie is, and she's an amazing player, I think we are a really complete team. And we have really good guard play. We have really good backup post players coming in off the bench. So I think, that stat's just a testament to that and the hard work that all of our players, whether they, get press or get regular playing time a lot, They come in every single day and get in extra shots. So I think, that just the shooting percentage is just a, result of that.
Any other questions in the room for the student athletes?
Is this still on? Okay. Daniel again from CNHI Sports Indiana. Individually, you wake up this morning. What does pregame look like to you? What's breakfast look like? And does that change when it comes to tournament time?
Grace, why don't you take that one first?
So I think it was a little different today because we had the earliest game I've literally ever had in my life. So it was a little different. We didn't do the full shoot around, whereas I think we typically moving forward, right? Yeah. We'll get an hour, which is typical for us. Today we only did a 15-minute walkthrough of their plays, so we weren't able to get as much shots up. But I think that was more to do with just the early game. I think moving forward it'll look pretty, much like it did in the regular season.
Lily, anything to add?
Breakfast was really good, though.
It was.
Yeah.
Breakfast.
I think the only thing that was about the same was the food I ate before. So.
Great. Ladies, thank you for joining us, and good luck in the second round.
Thank you.
Good job, you guys.
Questions for Coach? Raise your hand and we'll get a mic.
Seth Tao, the Daily Hoosier. Terry, three-parter, I guess, about Mac. Just first, how limited, if at all, has Mac been in practice? Was her availability today sort of a break glass in case of emergency situation? And I guess how hopeful are you that she'll be able to go on Monday?
Limited throughout the week, to answer your first question. Available if needed. And then very optimistic, feel really good about her Monday.
Matt Seabury, Indiana Daily Student. Obviously, Meister and Geary aren't going to be able to fully replace Holmes, but I guess kind of what did you want to see out of the two of them today in her absence, and how do you think they did achieving those?
I thought both of them did a tremendous job. We didn't need either one of them to do or be anything other than who they are, And Lilly is, has played, minutes off the bench for us and has provided us with a spark, whether it's, rebounding, whether it's guarding, whether it's getting putbacks, whether it's hitting free throws. She has been, as she's grown inside of our program this year, she's continued to get better defensively. And that's really what, we wanted her to focus on. Not replacing Mac as far as being a scoring threat. If the ball did get to her or found her, she could get that offensive rebound putback. That was going to be great. But we didn't. And then AG the same thing. We didn't ask those guys or put any sort of pressure on them. Look, these guys get reps every single day in our practices, just as many as Mac gets. So, for both of them to come in today and be ready, I'm not surprised by that. And I'm not surprised by what they were able to do and what they were able to provide and give us. It's March. They've got plenty of reps, and so it's they showed up today, and we're going to continue to need them. Mac's not going to be able to play 40 minutes. She hasn't been able to do that all year. And so I thought the experience that both of them got today was really good.
Will Foley, Indiana Daily Student. Coach, shots weren't falling pretty early. You were even getting good looks. They just weren't going down. Mm-hmm. Did you make it a concerted effort to get the fast break and break the game open, or did it just happen naturally?
Yeah, I think, it's obviously who we are and who we want to be is pushing the pace and running. And, we had several of those, and then we started, I thought pushing the pace even harder. But I loved the shots we got. I loved, maybe there was a few that were, probably rushed a little bit, but every one of Sarah Scalia's shots that she got today, we've seen those go in. Yarden the same, Sid the same, and so it was just a matter of a time before those started falling, and they will continue to fall because I got so much confidence in these guys to shoot the ball at a high level.
Haley Jordan, Sports Illustrated Indiana. I know Yarden's not much of an emotional player, but has she expressed any excitement about potentially playing her sister in the
Not
second
at all.
round?
Yeah, no, she's the greatest poker player I've ever seen. So, I think both of them are certainly, they got to see each other the other night at the hotel, which was special. But, Yarden, and again, I've never met Lior, but if she's anything like Yarden, any sort of an expression of excitement is hard to kind of get out of her. And I know that, I can only imagine how, special it is to be able to see your sister, though. She's obviously, when her family's here, it's special. And unfortunately, her father, I think, is coming next week, not this week. But, it's a special time for, that family.
Coach Mason Williams with the Hoosier.com. Kim just mentioned before your guys that you two had a conversation at midcourt that she was really hoping to build a program the way that you guys have. Today marks your 200th win as a head coach here. Is there any extra magnitude to this win other than just an NCAA tournament win, or is there a certain emotion behind that?
Yeah, I didn't even realize that. Again, I think as Kim, we're both, and again, our program's a little bit in a different place, but our responsibility as women in our game is to grow our game and grow our programs, and it's exactly what Kim's doing. The other thing I told her to make sure that, she and her team enjoy this moment. I think we get so caught up in what's next, is that you forget about, for them, for us. There were many years ago where we were the ones looking, from the outside in and or wondering if we were going to get in the tournament. The last several years, it's been a little bit different for us, but there's such a special moment when you can be part of the 68 teams. This field, it's a special place to be, and Kim is going to do a great job. She will. With her program. And, again, it's just a matter of time before, I hope, that we're going to see fans in the seats like we did today inside of Simon Scott Assembly Hall. We've been able to do that in the Big all year, with the other teams. And so, it's an exciting time to be part of women's basketball. And if you're a fan and you're showing up for us, we're certainly grateful.
Coach Dave Reinhardt, WCBK Radio. You had the run there in the second quarter and then late in the third quarter with a 17-point lead. But here you are in March Madness, and, boy, anything can happen. And all we've got to do is watch all these games, especially the three-pointers. And
right.
Texas Tech had their shot, three-pointers also. A little 7-0 run just right at the beginning of the fourth quarter and took it into the 20-point range. We all know what the final score was. As a coach, how does that feel, going from that 17 to the 24-point lead?
Again, we're perfectionists over there, as a staff, and so we want to watch good basketball. And I was not happy, especially in the third. I thought we made some bad decisions, some shot selections that were not good inside of our offense, and so. As you try to, as a coach, I think we and as a staff, you don't look at the scoreboard so much as to are we getting better inside of every possession, and so that's the pressure we put on them, right? Is that no matter what the score looks like, we're still going to want to play good basketball, good solid, sound basketball. We're going to want to take care of the ball, and we're going to want to get the shot that we want to get, and so that's the discipline of our program, what we expect from our players. No matter what the score is, we tend not to look at that so much, especially when you have a lead, because it's always about, can we get better inside of our motion? Can we get better inside of our other action? Can we show patience? In the shot clock, can we get to under 12 and get a good shot as the clock's winding down? And so those are the challenges that we present in those timeouts. Let's not worry about the score right now. Let's worry about us improving and getting better inside of the next possession, both offensively and defensively.
Skip Daly, South Central Indiana News. Coach, congratulations on this win.
you.
Number 200, I know you rarely follow that stuff, but
Yeah.
a big number
Thank you.
for you. Well done. Chloe Moore McNeil, again, her stats don't shine, but on the floor, how important was it for her leadership on breaking the press and especially closing out on the perimeter against a team whose three-point shooting is phenomenal?
Yeah. Well, I talked about Grace a little bit, but nobody was madder, as we say it in Southern Indiana, madder than a hornet, all right, than Chloe was. As us giving up measured threes in that first quarter. She was mad, and so she really challenged her team to step up to the challenge of getting our hands up, making it more difficult, making them shoot twos. She's just been, Skip, so great all year, and we've, depended on her, and she's been dependable for us. Sometimes you're right, her stats don't show just how important she is to our team. But anybody that's in our locker room, that's a part of our program, understands, just how special and how important she's been for us all year, and how important and special she'll be down the stretch here in March.
We'll take 3 more questions for Coach.
Leslie Norton, SB Nation. You kind of commented earlier in the season on Lilly Meister's work ethic, that she's always texting Coach Red to get an extra work in the gym.
Right.
What have you seen from her just behind the scenes, just over the course of the season?
Just that. I think she's also, she talked a little bit about different roles, and I don't know if this is the first time at the presser. I mean, she's really a smart, well thought out young lady, but she's just continued to get better. And I think anytime you have roles like we ask, whether it's AG or Lilly, even Sarah now, coming off the bench, Lexi, their roles are different than they had a year ago when they were in high school and or their other institutions. The only thing that we ask them to do is be open to whatever role that we give them. There's going to be sacrifices that have to be made, but continue to come in and not just respect the process, but embrace the process of getting better. And that's what she's continued to do. All of them have. Lexi and Lilly, Sarah, their game will speak for itself, but it's because of all the work that they do behind the scenes, the work that you all don't get to see, but we get to see it every single day. And that's where their confidence comes from, I'm not surprised by Lilly, even though she looked a little bit nervous up here. She was ready for this moment, but it's because of the work that she does.
Hey, Addie Miners with WLKY. You talked, just to kind of what you were just saying, you've talked all week about the balance and the depth that this team has. And, they really looked to me that they shared the ball well today and really, made that extra pass. So how important will that be for you guys going forward?
Right. It's been a statistic that I've been really proud of, just because, you look down, you have 18 assists on 29 mades. Again, a lot of people have taken this on, but we've always called it sharing the sugar around here. And this is a team that's unselfish. This is a team that's balanced. This is a team that realizes it could be Grace's night, it could be Mac's night, it could be Sid's night. It doesn't matter, just as long as we get the win at the end of the night. And this is a team that will share the ball. And that's what's been the beauty of them and why we've been able to score the way we have been, because we will give up a good shot for a great shot. And that's a testament to those kids and their discipline and their unselfishness.
Last question.
Kevin Vera, the Hoosier Network. Coach, every year we can see sort of a lot of pressure being put on the number one seeds. Leading up to today, how did you see your team sort of respond to that number one seeding, and including today?
Again, we the one thing that we have had all year is the experience of having a target on our back, right? And we've managed to, I think, knowing that we're the hunted, we've handled ourselves, knowing that. And with that comes, you're going to get everybody's best shot. And our kids realize that. This is a veteran group. This is an experienced group. They're watching basketball just like we all are right now. They're seeing upsets in men's basketball, and I don't know if there's been any in women's basketball yet. But this is a group that's certainly up for the task of being able to handle the next opponent. Just realizing that, again, we're gonna continue to get everybody's best. We just got to be able to exceed the energy of these teams and make sure that we're playing it the right way and doing things that we do both offensively and defensively to put ourselves in a position to be successful. We don't need to be anybody else other than the women's basketball team here at Indiana that has certainly won a lot of games this year.
Great. Coach, thanks for
Thank you,
sticking with
guys.
us, and good luck in the second round.
Appreciate that.